Hello there, thank you for stopping by. A few days ago, some friends and I got together and we did a comparison video on hammer-fired comped guns. And in that video, we got blown up in the comments because we were using Blazer brass ammo. And people were like, you can't put Blazer brass ammo through a comped gun. I was like, yes you can. They were like, no you can't. And then I felt like this.
What? Well, they should put that on the box!
And it turns out they do put it on the box.
Well, they should put it in huge block letters!
It's right here. So I reached out to a local company called Unlimited Ammo. They make quality ammo, they do a really good job, and they have sponsored today's video. So today's video is brought to you by Unlimited Ammo. We are going to be tuning my Kimber 2K11 to this ammo so that I can use it in an upcoming competition. Let's get into it. Shooter, make ready. Are you ready? Stand by. All right, here we are. Kimber 2K11 comp. We're gonna tune this thing to the ammo that I've got here from Unlimited Ammo here in Arizona. First thing I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna put a few shots on target. I'm gonna get 2 shots on and then I'll do doubles. And we just wanna see how this thing returns to 0. I have a flashlight on there because that's what fits in the holster that I've got. So this is how I will be running the gun in competition. So this is how I wanna tune it. So here we go. Okay, some doubles. Felt pretty good. When I watched that in slow motion previously when I shot this gun, there was some muzzle dip happening. So, and I felt a little bit of that where I felt like I was kind of almost like I'm overcorrecting, but it's just that this thing it's got a really tight spring in it. So I want to loosen that spring a little bit. I'm gonna go down in weight and I think that'll make a difference. So I'm gonna go down to, I'll go as low as I've got. I think I've got a 7-pound spring with me. I'll go that low and see what happens. Be right back. Okay, you're gonna notice an audio difference. I apologize, my mic died. We're out here in the wind. I'll do the best I can here. I've got this now with the 7-pound spring in the gun. Let's see how that runs. I have the feeling it's gonna be too light, but I'd rather go to the extreme and then find the good middle ground. So here we go. Same pattern as before. I'll put 2 on target and then run some doubles. Okay. In my hand, that felt like it bounced a lot more. I was stacking rounds pretty well though on target. So I'll run the slow motion, but from a feel standpoint, I preferred the factory spring to that. So I think we're gonna be somewhere in the middle there. I'm gonna go to what I have known in my past is that a 9-pound spring in this size gun that's comped tends to feel really good to me. So I'm gonna jump straight to that 9-pound spring and see how that feels. Be right back. All right, I'm back out here with the 2K11. I have the 9-pound recoil spring in here. Let's see how that does with this unlimited ammo. Here we go. Same pattern, we're gonna go 2, and then I'll shoot doubles until I think I'm going 10 rounds total here. Here we go.
Just painted those.
A lot less bouncing than that 7-pound spring. That felt really good. Everything seemed to be coming right back to 0 for me. That's my preference of the 3 springs so far. And I think that's probably where I'll settle in. I would have to go to an 8-pound, but I think that would go too soft. And yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna run it tuned just like that for my next competition. And that's basically how it's done. You go by feel. I'll go through and look at the slow motion like what you're seeing and just make sure that I'm not feeling anything crazy. So this is 147 grain ammo, which obviously isn't getting maximum performance out of the comp. And there's not a big difference here between how these guns are performing. But if you'll watch where the white line and the tip of the slide come into place, if you'll look specifically at the 7-pound spring, you'll see it bouncing a whole lot more. Let me show you what the 115 grain ammo looked like. Okay, so this is the 115 grain ammo with the factory spring, and you can see how much the tip of that slide is dipping, especially as I get later into the shots. Now, the footage I'm about to show you where I shot the 115 grains after the 9-pound spring got put in, it didn't have the flashlight on it, and that sucks. I wish I had an apples to apples comparison, but that footage didn't turn out, and I couldn't get it to work. So this is what we've got. But you can see it's a much flatter experience with that 9-pound spring, and it's more pronounced with the 115 grain ammo than it is with 147 grain that I was using in the first comparison. So really happy with the 9-pound spring, and for me, I think it's going to be the most versatile spring that I've got. But it felt right to me. That's what's important, is what's comfortable when you're shooting. So if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. See you next time. Thanks, guys.